Do you ever feel like your small business is running you instead of the other way around? Like you're juggling 12 things before 10 AM and still falling behind? Keep watching, because by the end of this video you'll know exactly how to use AI to save hours, reduce stress and grow your business with way less effort, even if you're doing it alone. If you've been stuck trying to figure this all out, this video is your reset button. Now before we get started, can I ask one small favour? If you like what I do here, can you please hit the subscribe button? That keeps me energized to bring you more content. Thank you very much. Let's get into it. Let's get started with tip number 1, which is to use AI to handle customer service without losing the personal touch. If you're answering the same 10 questions over and over again, that's a red flag that you're stuck in what I call founder babysitting mode. You're not actually scaling, you're just simply patching holes. A real client of mine dropped from 5 hours a week of DMs to just 30 minutes just by using a simple ChatGPT powered F&Q chatbot. That's not just time saved, it's also sanity reclaimed. Now there is a common myth that chatbots make your brand feel more cold. Now this simply isn't the case. That's only true if you let them act like robots. What actually works is feeding your AI examples of how you speak, your tone, your phrases, your personality and your little quirks. I suggest giving it a few voice notes, then training it on your past replies. And suddenly the bot, it sounds just like you without actually being you. Now let me give you some straight talk. If you're still doing all your customer replies manually, then you're not being more personal, you're just being less available. Automation doesn't kill connection, it gives you back the time to show up when it really matters. Most customers don't want a human, they actually want an answer and they want it fast. Now, I recommend you stop answering every question in real time and let your AI handle the "where's my order" and "do you ship internationally" questions and that kind of stuff. Now, one solopreneur that I worked with went from burnt out to launching a new offer, all because her inbox was no longer eating her alive. Now, you want one crazy truth? People actually trust brands more when they get consistent responses. A jumbled mess of late replies and inconsistent answers actually kills your credibility. Now, AI doesn't forget, it's never really tired, and it never has a day off. That builds trust faster than you might think. You don't need a $200 a month tool to start. You can use some free tools like Tidio or ManyChat with a ChatGPT integration, and they work like a charm. Just start with your top 10 F&Qs and build from there. This isn't about tech, it's about time freedom and client experience. Now don't buy into the lie that I have to do it all to keep it personal. That belief is actually costing you and your clients and clarity. What's more personal, a 2-day late reply or an instant helpful answer that feels like you? That's the shift that makes AI possible for your business. Now, I've put together some free training resources to help you build an online income stream using AI. Go and click the link in the description or in the comments to learn more now. Now back to the video. Let's now move on to tip number 2, which is to use AI to create better content in half the time. If your biggest content problem is "I don't know what to say," AI won't just give you the words, it will also give you the momentum. A client of mine who hated writing now produces 2 Instagram posts every day using ChatGPT and her product descriptions, and she calls it her content co-pilot. Now here's a common myth that's actually killing people's growth. Content has to be original to be valuable. This simply isn't the case. Content needs to be relevant, clear and consistent. Now you can remix your best stuff 10 different ways using AI, and it still lands much better than a once a month masterpiece. The key thing to remember is that AI isn't here to replace your voice. It's actually here to amplify your message. Now, I recommend using tools like Jasper to generate drafts and then layer it with your own personal story and insights. That combo converts way better than anything off the cuff or 100% AI generated. Now here's something hardly anybody tells you. The algorithm doesn't reward perfection, it actually rewards consistency and relevance. So if you're burning hours trying to get every caption perfect, then use AI to fill in the gaps and keep showing up. Now what is done is actually better than buried. Now if you want more leads from your content, just focus less on inspiration and more on repetition. AI helps you stick to your core messages without sounding too repetitive. Now one business owner that I worked with used this to get three times as many people to open their open email rates in just 30 days, just by staying on the message. Now you can batch a month of content in just 2 hours if you use AI the right way. You can start with your 5 most common client questions and then plug them into ChatGPT. And then you just ask ChatGPT to create carousels, short videos, or even email sequences. This isn't fluff, it's simply content that your audience actually asked for. Now don't let perfectionism slow you down. If you're editing every word like it's a TED talk, then you'll never scale. AI helps you move fast so you can actually test what works, and then you can double down. That's how smart businesses grow. Let's now move on to tip number 3, which is to use AI to make smarter business decisions with less guesswork. If you're still relying on your gut for pricing, for marketing, or your offers, you're not actually leading your business, you're actually really just gambling. Now one client that I worked with used AI to analyse their Stripe sales and their customer feedback, and within just 1 week they restructured their pricing and increased sales by 40%. That's real power. Now a common lie that most solopreneurs actually believe is that I don't need any data, I know my audience. Now, if you operate with that kind of mindset, that can be pretty damaging to your business. Data shows you what your audience actually does, not what you think they really want. Now, I suggest you feed your customer reviews, your surveys, or even your DMs into AI and look for some common trends. It's a cheat code to get some valuable insights. Now you can use AI to figure out why some products sell better than others. I had a client plug in their product descriptions and the AI spotted that her best sellers all use words like instant and simple. She simply rewrote her low performing product descriptions with those words and saw a bump in conversions the same week. So if you've ever said, I don't know what's working anymore, AI gives you the clarity. Tools like Pecan or even Google Analytics and ChatGPT can break down your traffic, your funnel leaks, or your offer confusion. I've seen people cut their ad spend by 50% just by spotting one broken link. Now let me give you a controversial truth. Your instincts are often wrong, but your patterns never really lie. Now AI doesn't care about your ego, it cares about what's repeatable. When you lean into pattern spotting over some guesswork, things stop feeling so chaotic. You don't need to become a data nerd, you just need to ask better questions. Try asking the ChatGPT something like, why are people not buying this product? With a screenshot of your landing page or your emails, and you'll be pretty surprised what it spots that you may have missed. Now this isn't about making perfect decisions, it's about making informed decisions and making them quicker. Now imagine what would happen if you stopped second guessing and started acting. That's the transformation AI unlocks for decision making. Let's now move on to tip number 4, which is to use AI to save hours on admin and back-end tasks. Let me give it to you straight. Admin work is the slow death of creativity. If your days are packed with invoices, email replies, and scheduling, AI isn't optional, it's your exit plan. One coach that I know saved 7 hours a week just by automating recurring tasks with Zapier and OpenAI. Now here's some unpopular truth. Being busy doesn't mean your business is growing, it usually means it's actually broken in some way. Now I suggest that you look at everything you do in a week and then ask this question: can AI do this faster or better than me? And most of the time the answer is yes. Now if your email inbox is your number one source of stress, then you can use AI to write replies or summaries. It doesn't just write faster, it writes with clarity and tone that actually moves things forward. Think of it like having a junior assistant that's always on. Now, if you forget to follow up, miss meetings or live in calendar chaos, AI can become your operations manager. Tools like Motion or Notion AI help you build your schedule for you based on your current goals. So there's no more sticky notes and to-do lists that you never check. You can even use AI to track your revenue, your expenses, or your product delivery updates. Now, I know a digital product seller who used AI to flag when students weren't completing her course. She added email nudges and boosted her completion rate by 27%. That's real impact. Now, one myth is that automating makes things robotic, but in reality it creates space for more human moments. Less admin means more time for client calls, content creation, or even just a proper lunch break. That's not small, it's just survival. Now, if you're doing everything alone, AI isn't cheating, it's just choosing sanity. Solopreneurs often burn out, not from failure, but from fragmentation. So AI pulls it all together and gives you your business back. Let me now give you tip number 5, which is to use AI to improve sales without feeling pushy or salesy. If sales calls or DMs make you feel a bit awkward, then you're not alone, but avoiding them is probably costing you growth. Most small business owners aren't bad at sales, they're just burnt out from having to repeat themselves or are unsure of what to say, and AI can fix both. You can feed it your past conversations and get customized scripts that actually sound just like you. One of the biggest myths is that selling has to feel like convincing. This simply isn't the case. Now, what actually works is positioning. I suggest that you train your AI on your clients' results, testimonials and objections, and let it build a clear pitch based on real proof and not pressure. That alone can change your confidence on every call that you make. Now, if you're getting ghosted after discovery calls or quote emails, then AI can help you close the loop. One of my clients used AI to draft a follow-up that sounded more like a helpful check-in than just a follow-up message. She went from 2 closed clients a month to 6 just by shifting tone and the timing. Now, you can use AI to map out your buyer's journey, literally step by step. You can feed in your past sales conversations, customer surveys, and even complaints. AI will show you where people get confused, stuck, or even drop off. That clarity helps you close faster because you're solving the right problem. Here's something that nobody talks about. You don't need better sales scripts. You just need better questions. I recommend using AI to build a list of discovery questions that feel more natural and open and less robotic. You'll get better information, deeper trust, and fewer "I'll think about it" replies from other people and customers. Now, if you hate writing proposals or pricing emails, AI can do 80% of it for you. One business owner that I know saved 2 hours per proposal and started getting yeses faster than just by switching to AI generated formats that framed the value much better. This is the kind of silent win that stacks up really fast. Now, sales shouldn't feel like a performance, it should feel like a solution, and AI helps you get out of your own head so you can focus on listening and connecting. That shift from pressure to presence is how you start closing more deals without dreading the pitch. Let's now move on to tip number 6, which is to use AI to improve your product or offer so it sells itself. If you're not 100% confident explaining your offer in one sentence, that's a sign that it needs sharpening and not more marketing. I've seen business owners tweak just one sentence using AI, and suddenly it clicks with their audience. That's not luck, that's just more clarity. And AI is ridiculously good at helping you simplify and clarify messy messaging. The myth is that your offer needs to be perfect before you launch it, when in reality your first draft is almost always off. I suggest using AI to compare your offer to what's already working within your niche and your industry. It can break down patterns in winning products and show you what your offer might be missing, without you wasting months guessing. Now, you can feed AI your customer reviews, sales page, and product outline and ask it what's not clear or very compelling. One of my clients thought she had a mindset course, but AI showed her that people were buying it for stress relief. She repositioned the same product, changed just the first 2 paragraphs on her website, and saw a 38% increase in sales. Same product, just a different message. If your offer isn't selling, it's not because it's bad, it's because it's not positioned in your audience's language. I recommend asking AI and ChatGPT to rephrase your offer like it's talking to a stressed out, busy parent or a burnt out freelancer, or whoever your audience is. That small shift can totally transform how it lands. Now let me tell you what most gurus won't say. Fancy funnels can't save a fuzzy offer. Don't build the whole machine until you've used AI to make sure your offer actually solves a real specific problem. If people don't say, "Oh my god, I really need this," it's not your funnel, it's actually the framing. A smart way for you to improve your offer is by running it through AI like a beta customer. You can go to the AI and ask it, "Why wouldn't someone buy this?" or "What's missing here?" And you'll get objections, hesitations and confusion that you didn't even think of. So you can fix those and fix the product. You don't need to scrap your offer, you just need to refine it based on actual language that your audience uses. That's where AI becomes your secret weapon, not by creating offers from scratch, but for turning a decent one into something people feel crazy not to buy. Let me now give you tip number 7, which is to use AI to create high trust content that attracts ready to buy customers. If you're constantly posting but barely getting any engagement, it's not because your content sucks. It's because your messaging is probably too generic. I suggest using AI to study your own past posts and pull out what actually landed and double down. Most people skip this. That's why their content feels like it disappears into the digital void. You don't need to post more, you just need to post smarter. I recommend using AI to turn one strong idea into 5 strategic pieces, such as a story post, a teaching moment, a controversial opinion, a client case study, and a call to action. Now this is how creators multiply their visibility without multiplying their workload. Real trust doesn't come from sounding smart, it comes from being real. One of the best things you can do is feed AI your real DMs or client questions and have it generate answer style posts that sound like direct conversations. These outperform generic carousels every single time because they feel more personal. The thing that kills momentum fastest is staring at a blank screen. To help you avoid that, you can ask the AI to create weekly themes based on your offer, your values, and your ideal customer's biggest pain points and problems. I've used this with clients who went from posting 2 times a month to building consistent converting content in just 30 minutes a week. Now let me tell you something that most marketers won't. Going viral doesn't matter if no one knows what you sell. AI can help you craft content that gently leads to your offer without sounding like a pitch. We've used this with one service provider and she signed 3 clients from just one post that didn't even mention her offer directly. It just hit home really hard with the audience. Now one simple trick for you is to train AI on your voice by giving it some old content that you've written that felt right. Now most people skip this and end up sounding too robotic, but when you feed it your tone, your personality and your own unique insights and stories and your slang, it starts to generate content that's really accurate, and that's how you can stay authentic and even when you automate. Now remember, your audience doesn't want more content, they actually want more connection. AI helps you scale your message without losing your voice. So if you're tired of being invisible online, this is how you start showing up with content that actually pulls the right people in. Well, there you have it for today, 7 powerful tips that you can start using right now. Now, if you're serious about building your online business and creating a sustainable online income, then don't stop here. Take the next step now. Click the link below in the description or the comments and go through to my website where you can get some free step-by-step training to help you start generating online income streams right away. These free resources are designed to guide you through the process so you don't have to figure it out all alone. So don't wait, take action now. Click the link below and start building your success now. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It really does energize and motivate me to create more content for you. Thank you very much indeed. And if you want to connect on social, you can find me on LinkedIn and Instagram. The links are in the description below. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel, and have a wonderful day.